Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming Grounds. It's your boy, Action Jack, and today I'm coming back with another action-packed video. And today's video is going to be about top 10 games on the Nintendo Switch via the Switch List app. Yes, the Switch List app. And if you don't know what this app is, you should have watched my previous video. You'll already know what I'm talking about, but if you haven't and you're new to the channel, that's fine. I'll explain it to you in just a little bit of detail. The Switch List app was created by a group called the Trident Group, and I'm assuming that this group saw something that Nintendo was missing, and so they wanted to fill a void. And what this app provides is not only top games, top recommended games, but also when games are going to release. That comes down to indie, that comes down to AAA, that comes down to third party, whatever. If it's coming to the Switch, they have a release date for it. And if they don't, trust, they update and they keep this app up to date. This is not a sponsor video. I'm all about just supporting good apps, good content, and also perfect creators. But to stay on this list and to stay on topic, I want to bring these top 10s to you because I thought this would be a good idea, because these are top 10s for those that actually, have the app. They're voting. This isn't from the Trident Group, what they decide is the top games. This comes from the people, those of us that use the actual app. So whether you've put the games that you own on there, as well as the games that you're interested in, and the games that you vote for, because they do have a rating system. And I have heard creators wanting Nintendo to do this very thing. So this app provides this for you, and by all means, it's free. But they also do have a pro service as well. So definitely check out that list and definitely check out the app. But without further ado, we're gonna go into the video of the top 10 games from the Switch List app. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As I said before, this video is going to be focused on the top games that are on the app Switch List. And as you see, I have it pulled up on my PC. So this app in itself is very versatile. So whether you want to pull it up on your iPad, you want to pull it up on your smartphone, or if you want to pull it up on your PC, you can log in from either device and it still looks great. It still looks the same. Before we actually get into the top games, one thing I want to show you guys, because I've just logged in, and what I want to show you is the database. Now the database is games in general, like all the games that they have here. Like they have every game. So man, I'm pretty sure if they're missing anything, you could easily reach out and definitely let them know. But they even have, the my games and my list. I might as well have done a review for this app, because this app is just great. And then you see off on the right hand side, there's actually comments. So you come here and you talk to those that own or want to own said Switch, and from what I've seen, it's a lot of positivity, man. So I think that's what a lot of people I know tend to look for, and they don't go to Twitter and they don't go to forums because it's so toxic, regardless of what the subject is about. And you tend to run into these videos to where you say, hey man, this looks great, and there's a person that doesn't like it but decides to comment anyway, as if the video was about them or offended them in some kind of way. So I have to give kudos to the Trident Group for creating a very positive community, something that I'm trying to do myself just via video. So this is why I've joined them here, and continue to help by adding my games and by adding reviews to all the games that I have. And as you see, I have a host of games. And what you've noticed here on the side, they also have, whether you've completed them or if you're, marked as you're playing at the moment. So, I have very few check marks because I have a very heavy backlog, but nonetheless, this is great. But let's get back to the main subject of said video. But nonetheless, please download it and please support these guys for all the work that they've done, for all the work that they continue to do. Please support. So if we take a look at some of the top most wanted games, which I've stated before, and you see here by the numbers, are voted by the personnel that are here. Now, you have other stuff under it called most owned, and the top rated games, but we're going to pay attention to the most wanted games. And what we see at top of the list, which was a game that was actually announced after every single game that's listed up here. That's actually listed as every single game that came after or announced after all these games. But we start off with The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. I'm looking forward to playing that game. Breath of the Wild is what actually got me to like Zelda. It's not the very first game that I've played. I've tried all and I just haven't gotten into them, but Breath of the Wild is the one that actually caught me. So seeing as this is a remake from the ground up with a different art style, and I'm pretty sure Nintendo's going to place a little bit more Easter eggs and things of that nature into the game. I'm looking forward to it. Now, going to game number 2 is Luigi's Mansion 3. I love Luigi's Mansion. Like, Luigi's Mansion is an interesting idea. It was a very bold move from Nintendo to put that as kind of like the launch game for the Cube. It's something that people wasn't looking for, but I know a handful of people that enjoy the series of Luigi's Mansion. So part 3 on the Switch, handheld with beautiful graphics, is going to be top notch. And even if the graphics weren't all that great, I know the gameplay will be A+. Fire Emblem Three Houses. Now this is a game that is going to send things ablaze on the Switch. Fire Emblem Three Houses is going to be an amazing game. You see that it has 663 votes. This is a well-deserved game to where I feel like it would have been a little bit higher on the list, but nonetheless, Three Houses at number 3 is still a good placement. If you're on the top 10 list, you can't go wrong either way. Number 4, Metroid Prime 4, which is an interesting thing for me, especially with the game itself kind of being, I guess you could say, started over from scratch. Not necessarily canned, but just kind of passed over to a new developer. It's just, man, it's a game that I didn't expect to see this high, but people love Metroid. We just need to get those sales to reflect the love that I see on social media. So if we can get Metroid sales to where they need to be, which I feel like there will be no issue, because I swear it's like something with the Switch that makes almost everything hit a milli regardless. Next, we have Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age. This is a game that I'll admit, when I first played it on the PS2, it was different, so much so that I didn't like it. And this is younger me. I was used to your battle style of either, the wait and turn-based situation, to where when I'm seeing these arrows, which is still in a way can be turn-based because it'll freeze and let you have your decisions, but I was so used to that setup to where you have your enemies on one side and you have your characters on another side, and you just pick from a menu and do your attacks. I wasn't used to what 12 was providing, although it looked great and although it provided something different, and from what I've heard is a great game. That's why I'm glad I get another shot at this. I get another chance to give it a chance. And I was younger then, so I was stuck to what I liked and what I appreciated. So now that I'm older and I have the means to actually go back and play these games, which is why I don't care if we get ports or not, because some of us didn't get a chance to play these games. Some of us didn't know about some of these games. So I love that some other games rear their heads again, coming around either the first, second, third, or fourth time, because no matter how many times you've played it, some of us have never played it, never experienced it, never even seen or heard of it. So while I've seen and heard of Final Fantasy 12, I didn't enjoy it for the little bit that I gave it, in which I didn't give it much, but I will give it my undivided attention this time around, much in the same vein that I'm doing with Final Fantasy 9. Next up, we're going to have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3: The Black Order. This is interesting. This is another one that I'm surprised ranked so high, and not because the game doesn't look fun, not because the game doesn't come off as being awesome. It's just, Marvel Ultimate Alliance caught a lot of flack in general when it was releasing on other platforms, when it was, a series to look forward to. So to see 3 pop up and see the love, at least from this app standpoint, I'm thoroughly surprised. And not only am I surprised in the sense of it being high up on this list at what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 6, but I'm thoroughly surprised that people are so willing to engage in something new that either A, they didn't know of in a sense of existence, but also those that probably crapped on it back then, probably giving it another shot now, but just quietly. But I will give credit to the Marvel movies as well as a catalyst for this, I guess, increase in popularity for the game. So if you take Marvel Ultimate Alliance and you talk about things like, Endgame and all the other Marvel movies that have been coming in abundance, I can foresee this doing what it's doing. Next up, we have the game that no one was necessarily expecting. We were all expecting a remake of Mario Maker, but we were introduced to part 2, which is rumored to release this June. But Super Mario Maker 2 is up next with 499 votes. And I foresee this going up higher. It's just a matter of people really getting in on this app and really participating with the content that is provided for us. So Mario Maker 2, I'm pretty sure it could possibly get up to that 2 or 3 level pretty soon. So we'll definitely keep an eye out for that. Next up, we have Mortal Kombat 11, which is releasing April 23rd. So this is how can I put it? This is a game that a lot will purchase on the Switch, believe it or not. I feel like the numbers for this game on the Switch is going to amaze. NetherRealm is going to amaze the people that crap on the Switch. Is going to amaze the people that love the Switch. Mortal Kombat 11, with it running like it needs to run, which they've alluded to the fact that it's going to run at 60 frames, you'll understand that most of us understand that, there's going to be assets taken away from a graphical standpoint. We just want great gameplay and for it to run smooth and for us to have all the features. For those of us that was part of the Wii U era, we understand that we receive games, but at the same time caught flack that we didn't purchase a game when the game was half of itself. If the PS3 and the Xbox 360, or even the Xbox One and the PS4 were receiving the same game that we were getting, it had more features, had more game modes. So of course we're not going to support something to where you give it to us half-assed, if I will. So I'm really hesitant to see the response with Mortal Kombat 11, but I think there's a lot riding on Mortal Kombat 11 for the Nintendo Switch, and it's more or less for those that are in the social media space and really try to play defense for us for the Switch. But I'm on the side that I'm gonna stay positive, I'm gonna continue to stay positive, and I'll ignore the bull whenever I see it. Next up is Cuphead. Cuphead, of course, Cuphead was going to be on this list. Cuphead is an amazing game. Cuphead is a game that I believe was only going to be on the Xbox One and PC, but it's amazing with the relationship that Microsoft and Nintendo seem to be going full force with. So we'll see where this continues to go. We've already seen Ori and the Blind Forest possibly be announced, like rumored in a way, but with us having Cuphead and Hellblade, with Microsoft purchasing that studio, we see that these things are going to continue to come, and Microsoft is all about the money. They're all about the dollar bill. So while some of us, not including myself, are doing this console war, they're out trying to be a business and make money. So they're going to bring their games to any platform they see imaginable to where their content is best fit, and Cuphead is best fit on a Nintendo platform. And last and definitely not least is Daemon X Machina. Daemon X Machina, and I've said this on my Twitter at Gaming Grounds. I've said this time and time again within comments of other people's Twitters. Daemon X Machina is going to be a beast. It's going to be a monster, because trust and believe, how many times have we heard developers say, hey, look, we're going to release a demo. We're going to give you some days on this demo, and then we're going to pick a handful of people to then give us their positive criticism and their positive critiquing of said game, and we'll make those adjustments where we see fit. I've seen it with Square Enix with Octopath, and Octopath Traveler turned into an amazing game. Now, to me, the demo was great too, but nonetheless, it turned into an amazing game. So I don't know what their initial vision was, but whatever was fixed and whatever was tweaked and tuned, they picked the right people. So I'm looking at Daemon X Machina in that same light and saying, you know what, they're going to pick the right people, because there are people that felt like this game with the demo ran slow, but it was those of us that really sat down and played this demo multiple times. We understood that there were parts, there was weight, there was, you know, movement that you had to figure out and had to sit down and really take the time. And as you know, most would say, just really use the brain power, you know, is something that you have to do. So for those that felt like, oh man, I just didn't like the movement, I didn't like the controls, most of them played it 1 or 2 times. So I'm still interested in whatever changes they're going to bring. I'm interested in what they're going to place in this game, and I want to continue playing it further and get into that Armored Core, Zoids, Gundam feel. And I'm really looking forward to that game. But that has been the top games list from the app Switch List. And once again, I will say, please go download this app. And if you really, really want to support, go and be a pro member. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say it's like $6.99, $7.99. I could be wrong, but it's definitely cheap. It's affordable. So please go and support Trident Group with this app. They're looking out for us. They're looking out for the Switch user. They're definitely continuing to add more to this. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let me go up top, and you see that they talk about, you know, the news, reviews, interviews, giveaways, guides, and more. Like, they're providing a lot for us guys. So definitely go and show your love and go and show your support. And then while you're at it, make sure that you like and comment and subscribe for this video and for the channel. Definitely, man, I want to start a conversation at the bottom. I definitely want to start a conversation on Twitter. I always want to talk to my gaming fans and friends and make those on Twitter. I don't have too many of them here locally, but I have so many out there scattered out all over the world. I want to make sure that we hold these conversations, and I want to make sure that we show this love and we show the support to the creators out here that are really putting in the work, like Trident Group. But once again, it has been your boy Action Jack, and this has been another action-packed video. I catch you guys later. Peace.